Alright, what's going on here? Let me fix this up. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're on. Look at my hair. What's going on, YouTube fam? Welcome back. Hopefully you guys can hear me all good. Let me make sure you guys can. Hope you guys doing well. We're back with another stream. Obviously it's a bank holiday today, but we'll break it all down still and see what we got going on. Excuse my hair, I just got out from the pool. But let me know if you guys can hear me all good. You guys should be able to. Let me just make sure. Make sure the music isn't too loud and everything. Yeah, cool. Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yo, how you been? Riley, good, thank you. Very, very good. Just got back to Da Nang in Vietnam. We went up to Hanoi for a couple of days, which was nice, man. It was very, very nice. Let me just grab a drink here. Try to sort my hair out. There we go. Sort that mess out. Look at that. But yeah, I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Hope you guys are doing well as well. Good to have you guys back on stream. We'll let a few more people join in, and then we'll see what we got for the day. I'll get the Zoom guys in a second as well. There's bank holidays today in the US. Well, tomorrow for the US technically. It's Thanksgiving in America, so happy Thanksgiving to all my American people. But I thought we'll still jump on and see what we got. We got let me just change the times here, because you got a lot of euro news today. You got a lot of pound news, so you know you're still going to see some good volume in the markets, but you just got to be careful because spreads are going to be higher today. Spreads are going to be higher. Not taking off. Do you mean as in like am I not taking the trading day off? Share my screen in a second. Let a few more people join in. Yep. Yeah, I'll be taking off, man. Yep. I'm just jumping on here to break down the markets and give you guys a kind of outlook of what to expect for the week. You know, if we all of a sudden getting some volume, you know, we can look at some positions. But yeah, I'll be likely chilling. I'm here in Da Nang. I just got out the pool. Some of the guys from the community are still upstairs chilling on the pool, but I thought I'd come down and still jump on screen, jump on the session. You know, break down gold for you guys and see what we have going on for today, because gold this week still has, in my opinion, a lot of good opportunities that I would like to still take advantage of. You know, you got the bank holiday obviously today, and then you have flash PMI tomorrow at 9:45 p.m. So this weekly on gold is looking very, very interesting. I still think there's a lot of potential moves. So I want to be able to jump on and break it down for you guys. Crypto Keyed, good morning. Good morning, man. Good morning. All right, let me let the guys on Zoom in as well, and I'll start sharing my screen. YouTube fam, drop a little like for the stream, and we'll start breaking it all down in a second. We'll get it going. Let me just get the Zoom guys in. Where are we? Cool. All right, what's going on, Zoom guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. Hope you guys are doing well. All right, a few more. What time is it? 10 minutes to. All right, let me start sharing the screen. I'm probably gonna have to change it a little bit. All right, let me fix this up. I don't like this. I miss my home setup. I miss being on a big screen. I kind of need to play around with this. Let me just make it a little bit bigger. Sorry, Zoom guys. I'm just making my screen a bit bigger. A little bit more. Alright. I think we're good. We're cut off a little bit at the bottom, but I think it's alright. There we go. Cool. All right. Afternoon, Aaron. Good afternoon, Matt. How's it going, man? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. All right, guys. Should be able to see my screen all good now. Glad the streams are back. Hope you have an awesome holiday. Yeah, it's good. Thank you, man. It's good. It's good to be back on stream as well. Holiday's good, man. Holiday's good. We're just chilling here in Da Nang in Vietnam. Like I say, I was just chilling on the pool, but thought I'd come down and still jump on stream for you guys. So you're on Trading Nut podcast. Was good. Glad you enjoyed it, man. Glad you enjoyed it. Lots of psychology, wizardry shared on there. So we'll start breaking down the charts in a second. What time is it? 10 to. All right, let's do it. I think everyone on Zoom's here. Some guys are probably, I think, taking the day off today, which is all good. But we'll still jump on. Like I say, this stream today is gonna be more of analysis, market breakdown for the rest of the week, as opposed to necessarily taking any trades live. If we do take some trades, amazing, but it's going to be more of a market breakdown. Like I say, it's Thanksgiving in the US, so you can expect volume's going to be low, spreads are going to be high, and fills aren't going to be as on point. But with that being said, I still believe gold has some amazing opportunities this week. So I'm going to get rid of all these levels. I'm going to get rid of all of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this. Gonna absolutely get rid of everything and start from scratch. So let's do a little bit of top down here on gold. Let's start on the weekly, because this weekly is looking very interesting. So if we take a look at last week on gold, and I'm gonna plot on our key levels. I'm gonna put on 2000 and 1950, because they're the real ones that are of interest right now. So you've got 2000, we've got 1950. Let's get rid of this. That's all we care about right now. 2000, 1950, biggest levels on gold. Now, on the weekly time frame on gold, we saw previous weeks close below 1950 and then engulf straight back above. Sorry, not engulf, but close straight back above 1950. Now, this to me, that this confirms that this is a fake out below 1950. And if you fake out, you're going to drive higher. We've already seen this week come down, create that bottom wick, before now starting to reflip back bullish. And now you're coming back into some resistance around 2000. And I think a lot of people will try and short 2000. And for me, I would not be selling 2000 anytime soon, for the simple fact that, you know, even if gold is going to have a deep retracement, you know, back down into like 1970, you are very, very likely going to grab all liquidity of these weekly highs before potentially doing that. So you could see gold do, you know, something like this before doing something like this, or, you know, you could just see it push up. So in both of these situations, we are anticipating that gold is going to have a push up and grab the highs. So with that being said, that's kind of all we want to look for. We want to be looking for these buys into these highs, and then once we get the reaction of these highs, we can take a step back, reevaluate around these highs, but we already have longs down here, so we're pretty covered. Whatever happens around here now, well, we've already got the buys up, so we're chilling. So that's, and if I do this on the monthly as well, this is the monthly highs. So this is previous monthly highs. And where's my trading view frozen? Where's trading view frozen, man? Is my internet gone, or is it just trading? You guys on Zoom still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool, thank you, man. That's weird. Oh, there you go. Cool. All right. I didn't know if my internet went. That was weird. But yeah, so even on the weekly, you know, on the monthly, every time gold has reacted off 2000, it never just taps it once and rejects. Like I say, gold has never on the monthly time frame in all the history of gold ever closed above 2000, which is huge. But like I say, every time you do react off 2000, you always react and then wick out the highs. You know, you react, you wick out the highs. You react, you wick out the highs. You react, you wick out the highs. So what we're doing now, we're reacting. What are we likely going to do? We're likely going to wick out the highs. So to come and grab October's high, to me, looks like a very probable, easy setup to take. So we're going to be marking on monthly highs, which is also the weekly highs. And now you also have liquidity around the daily highs. So you can see before this sell-off yesterday on gold, we never came to grab Tuesday's high. So now all of these highs on the daily time frame become levels of liquidity where we want to be buying gold up into. Anyone who is shorting gold right now is probably trying to do something like this. So if 90% of people and retail traders are trying to short gold around 2,000 because we reacted off it last time, you're very likely going to see a pretty nice spike up into them highs and stop out most retail traders. And from where you're currently sitting, buys up into there's like 140 ticks, which is amazing. So for me, I want to be looking for longs up into daily highs. Now, doesn't necessarily have to come today, with there being daylight, sorry, what is it? US bank holiday. It's probably not going to happen today. You could see maybe today close a bit doji, and then you got flash PMI tomorrow, so it could come in tomorrow. But this weekly close is going to be interesting. I'd also be marking on yesterday's low as well, and then you can also see back on Tuesday. We mark on Tuesday's low as well. Back on Tuesday, you remember we opened and instantly ripped higher with no bottom wick on that daily. So could we possibly see something like this? It's possible, very, very possible. Or we're only going to know which way the daily is going to go based on lower time frames. But to spike out these highs to me here on gold looks like a pretty comfortable trade. You can see you got this support down here. Resistance broke, support, 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 broken, resistance, broken. What have we not yet done? We've not yet come back down to test that as support before potentially pushing higher. So yesterday's low and Tuesday's low also seem pretty interesting. So now we got a pretty nice picture on the daily before we even go down to the hourly, 4 hourly. We've already got some nice levels on the daily that once we now go down, we know what we're looking for. We're either looking for buys up into here or we're looking for shorts down into here, and it's as simple as that. So let's go down to the 4 hourly, and I'm gonna delete this level off, because once you come up into anywhere into here, you're just gonna wick out all of these. You're not gonna wick out this high and not this high. You're gonna wick out both of them. So just to keep it a little bit cleaner, I'm just gonna keep it to this high, and I'm gonna bring on this low as well and drag this across. So this is the daily support down here. You know, if you guys want to mark on your levels as well, remember you can put on a little bit of text and put like daily support, and then you can put on here if you really want to, if you want to, just to keep it clean so you don't have so many levels going on. And I also had a question of, like, a lot of people were saying they were getting confused when they do their top-down analysis. When you go from the daily to the 5 minute, you have too many levels. Well, when you got your daily levels on here, you know, you can change the visibilities. You can just have these show on the daily, or you can just show it this day level to have us show on the 4 hourly. So now if I go down to like a 3 hour chart, that level disappears. But if I go back to the 4 hourly, it comes back. Just a little trading view tip if anyone wants to use that, if you get too confused. But this is daily lows, highs, and daily lows. Now, to me, on gold, if we have a look at what happened yesterday, let me just turn this music down because it's quite annoying. There you go. Now, gold yesterday had a very, very aggressive move down in like one 30-minute candle without wicking any highs. We just saw this 30-minute open yesterday and instantly ripped down 100 ticks with no top wick. You know, we did actually have a double bottom to short into, but I didn't get it because it had no top wick. But I was seeing if we could get some shorts down into this double bottom from these regions, but only once we grab the highs. Because if you look here on gold, kind of have a little retail trend line coming on down here. So in the simplest of terms, anyone who is shorting here is going to have stops above this high. So that means this high becomes a liquidity high. So this high, this high, this high, all become liquidity highs. And now we are painting a pretty solid picture that gold buys look, to me, much nicer than taking any sells. Because anyone who was riding this short down yesterday, you know, or even if they just shorted this resistance, stops are going to be above this high. So the likelihood of us wicking out all of that becomes very, very high. So always, as we always know, retails do something like this. Before the big drop, you typically see something like this. And that's what I wanted to see yesterday before taking shorts. However, we opened it instantly pushed down, but that doesn't mean this level doesn't still become a nice level to watch for. So very nice levels to the upside on gold to come and grab. You know, like I say, from where you're currently sitting, you got 70 and like over 140 ticks, which is amazing. I will absolutely take that. Now let's draw on some intraday levels. I talked about for you guys on Discord about how yesterday I was wanting to see buys from here to come up and grab these highs, but by the time you came into it, you just closed so bearish below it that I didn't get any reaction to trigger some longs. I had some longs from down here last night, and I closed out around here, but it wasn't my kind of ideal entry where we would have wanted to buy from here to come up and scalp this double top and this double top up here. Which is good though, because now you still leave it open. The probability, like I say, the probability of us wicking out all these highs becomes very, very likely. So we'll leave this low on. This is kind of going to be, you know, intraday support and resistance. You got big resistance. You got faked out a lot, so you had a lot of reaction around here. You broke above it, retested, and now you're trying to push higher. So the current range for gold today, and you know, even coming into tomorrow, if today just does continue to range, is going to be here. And this is going to be a 50 tick range, which is pretty nice. So we've already pushed down, we've come back up, we've retested. You want to be marking on, let me just grab this. You want to be marking on this high as well, as also another level, that even if gold is going to push back down, you're very likely, you know, going to see something like this before then potentially doing something like that. So potential shorts once you wick out this high could also be a nice bet. Or if you start closing above and you close above here, then you know we've already got some pretty nice highs up into here. So from where you're currently sitting, flipping back bullish up into these highs is going to give you like 25 ticks, which is also a pretty nice trade. Now let's go down and see if we have any sort of intraday lows that we could kind of grab here on the 15 maybe. I don't think so. You've already kind of grabbed a lot. You had a little double bottom today. You wicked out the double bottom. Had a very nice run in Asia actually. Look at that double bottom. Wick out the lows, close bullish. A nice 40 tick run. It was actually a very, very nice move. You probably have maybe like you kind of got a trend line coming up like here. So anyone who trades trend lines is probably going to be trying to anyone who trades trend lines is probably going to be trying to buy gold, doing something like this. So if people are buying gold from this region, trying to put stops below here, then now this wick is also kind of telling us something. So we got this high, now we got this low, and yeah, now it's kind of going to be a waiting game of which are we going to grab. In my opinion, longs up into these weekly and monthly highs look like the nicest and highest probability trade. Like I say, it's not to say that you can't retrace a lot of this first, but overall, there's so much to come and grab from the highs. There's so much liquidity up here that at some point, like I say, whether it's today, tomorrow, next week, we'll have to see. But ripping gold up into all of these levels is going to be huge. Like I say, whenever you see gold, and this is the 4 hour, whenever you see gold, you know, reacting off a massive level of resistance like this, the amount of people that even are trying to sell from here and are going to have stop loss above here, trying to get this next big swing back down, is going to be huge. And even if you are going to see that swing back down, yes, fine, but you're still at least going to wick out them highs. So very, very nice upside levels to come and grab on gold. And that's kind of the main view on gold right now. We're gonna see how we react. You know, 4 hours closed above this key resistance. You come down, create a bottom wick from here, and then from here, you know, you can start to see that push back up. I think again, a lot of retail traders will see this push back down, see like this, and be trying to catch something like this. But you're very likely possibly just see something like that, and that's where most people struggle so much on gold. If it's trading above this level of resistance, react to that and be looking to buy it up into the highs. Not necessarily today with Thanksgiving, excuse me, but overall, this week, possibly into tomorrow, or maybe into European markets tomorrow, I think that's going to be the nicest play. Nomad Joe. But yeah, that's the outlook. If you guys on Zoom had any other thoughts, or if you guys had the same, let me know as well. I think we got some pretty nice levels. Let's run oil. Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's have a look at oil as well, because we got where is it today? We have. Let me just show my screen. Yeah, so you got a lot of euro news and then a lot of pound news today as well. So if anyone trades pound futures, big day for the pound. So this is the liquidity levels on gold. You guys take screenshots of these, save the levels. There's a lot of areas to come and react on gold. Yeah, let's have a look at let's have a look at oil. You can have a look at oil. Let's break it all down. Like I said, this is going to be a more of an interactive analysis session than taking any live trade. So any instruments you guys do want to run over, feel free to shoot them in, and we can run over them all. Oh, this is nice. We spoke about this a while ago now. When did we draw this? This was back in the start of November, where I was basically saying, you know, people who were trying to buy oil from here were probably doing something like this. So the likelihood of oil ripping these lows is very likely, and you've seen them actually get grabbed nicely. And I don't trade oil, but it played out pretty nice. So let's echo in from somewhere. Let's break down oil. Ooh, very nice. Look at that wick on oil. So I'll get rid of these levels. Let's get rid of all of this, and we'll start from scratch on oil as well. Like I said, I haven't traded oil in a while, but we'll break it down and see what we got going on. So let me just go on. Let me just see, because we got what, I think two more weeks until this monthly is going to close. Oh, less than that. Is you got tomorrow, and then on Thursday this monthly is going to close. So it's always good just to, you know, at the beginning, maybe halfway through and towards the end of the month, you know, just flick onto that monthly and just see how it's looking. It can paint a pretty good picture for you. So on oil, on the monthly, you kind of back down at this key support of, like, I'd say maybe what, 75 looks like a pretty nice psychological level on oil. $75 is a pretty nice level. See here, resistance broke, little fake out, resistance break above support, push, massive support break, retest, push higher. So as long as oil is trading above $75 on the monthly, you could be looking for this to come back up and retrace. 75 to 80 is going to be the key levels to watch right now. So this is going to be our monthly levels. You got that trend line going on down here, but look at that. You did also, before this push down on oil, what did we do? You had a double top, wicked out the double top, push down, very nice. You actually kind of have a lot of, I mean, this is a much bigger picture. But you're very likely oil the next few months see back down at 60, but we're not swinging that much. Let's have a look what we got going on for this week. So last week, this is quite nice actually. So last week, previous week, you had that initial rejection. Now, oil, same as gold, it's never just going to tap into a level once and just reject. What are you going to do? If you take a look at, and you guys in Discord already know what all these are. You can see it happen loads. Where else is there? Up here as well. Look at this. See here? Now, what we kind of doing here? What did we do here? What did, like, if you have a look at this, what do all three of these things have in common? You have that initial rejection. A lot of people try and jump in the markets too early. So here, a lot of people try to buy off this wick, and they see the rejection, they try and put their stop just below the low. What do you see oil do? You see oil come back down, grab the lows, and then have the push. Exactly the same to the highs. People see this wick. Actually, that kind of grabbed it even more, so you kind of maybe would have stopped there. But you see that wick? People jump in shorts, stops above the highs, wick out the highs, push down. What are you doing right now? People jump in longs, stop loss just below, wick out the lows, and then what do we typically do after that? Well, you have the possibility of us coming back up to retrace from these regions. So a reversal, yeah, exactly, man. You got a nice reversal. So it happens all the time in oil. Oil can move pretty similar to gold in the sense of stop hunts. The Black Friday sales there in Vietnam. Yeah, in some of the clothes shops and stuff I've seen, man. I don't really do too much shopping in general, but or whilst I'm here. But yeah, there is quite a lot. There's quite a lot going on. Vietnam is a pretty cool place. I'm doing a day in the life whilst I am here in Vietnam, and I'll talk more about the cost of living and stuff like that. So far, I've traveled to a lot of places. I think Vietnam is probably in my top 5 of must-visit places for you guys who are aspiring to be travel traders. I'd say it's probably one of the cheapest out of Thailand and Bali. I think Vietnam is definitely the cheapest and much nicer. You know, there's not as, or maybe we're just not in peak season, but there's not tourists everywhere. It's a much nicer vibe. And here in Da Nang, you guys can't really see, but you're living like right on the beach. You know, you can go get a coffee for like $2 or something. You can eat out all the time for pretty cheap, which is good. Are you doing any Black Friday sales on your site? Would love to join. No, I'm not. I don't do any black sales, unfortunately, man. I personally think my community is very undervalued. Anyway, it's only $100 a month, and there's no upselling of like any courses or anything like that. You get absolutely everything in there. So unfortunately, no, there's no Black Friday sales. If I upsold like a course or something, maybe, but I don't do that. So, no, there's not, man. There's not. Can you surf? Yeah, you can. Yeah, there's people probably surfing right now. You can hire surfboards. You can go surf down there. It's like the Gold Coast of Vietnam. It's like the Gold Coast of Asia. It's like sky-rise buildings right on the beach. People go for a swim in the morning, go surfing. There's like people running down, working out. It's a very, very cool place. If I was to do my whole travel trading journey again, I'd definitely come and spend some time in Vietnam. What's the city? I'll show you. Let me see if I get up here, and then we'll run back over oil in a second. But I'll show you. How do I? Let me share my screen. I'll show you. I can't share my screen. I'll send it in. It's called Da Nang in Vietnam. It's a. Let's see if I can send it in here. I can't send that much of a link. Yeah, it was called Da Nang in Vietnam, but if you type in Da Nang Beach, it's like a beautiful long strip. It's a very, very nice spot. Course for beginners or people who already know how. I go into a lot more advanced strategies. So I would say if you're if you're brand new to trading, just keep tuning into these streams. They're free and you're going to take a lot of value from here. Don't just jump straight in. I jump over like some pretty in-depth technicals that it would be good if you already had the foundations, and I think you can get some pretty good foundations just from tuning into these free live streams. But when you are ready to take the leap and you want to come trade live with us, then you're more than welcome at any time. Can't find any futures on TradingView. That is not delayed. Can you show your list? Yeah, on TradingView you just have to pay for like a subscription. So I think I pay like $5 a month, and I can look at all futures. It's not delayed. But yeah, if you go onto it, you see it's delayed. That's why. So it's just like $5 a month US, I believe, and then you can see it all. But yeah, let me continue breaking down oil. So a potential reversal pattern on oil. And you can see for this whole move down on oil, for the past week, like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks on oil, you haven't wicked out any weekly highs. And anytime oil is even going to have a run up, as soon as you find that resistance, like we're pretty much mirroring something like this, you come down, you wick out the lows, you push higher. So you have the possibility on oil from around these regions to start pulling back out, wicking out some highs before potentially going lower. But that's on the weekly. So I'd mark on these weekly levels. There's a big rejection here on the daily. So if you can potentially see today flip bullish, you could see that nice drive. So I'd mark on all them weekly highs. I'd mark on this daily high as well. Anyone who is shorting oil like this is going to be trying to do something like this. So the likelihood of us spiking that out is pretty high. So if we go down to, just go straight down to the hourly. So you got these highs here. Be marking on these highs. You're very likely going to see all of these grabbed on oil. Oh, look at that. That was beautiful. Look at that. Look at that reversal on oil. Double bottom, wick out the lows, and ripped. If anyone caught that, that was a fucking banger trade. Look at that. It's a fucking huge move. If I wanted to go long on oil, probably want to see... Or you could go long on oil before here, because that's quite far away. But be careful of that resistance, because that's going to be a pretty strong level on oil where you can start to react from and potentially come a little bit more down. You also have you got some pretty nice liquidity levels on oil. You got another double top there as well. So anyone who shorted oil, fucking hell, retail's made bank yesterday. Look at this. Anyone short this double bottom made bank, but that doesn't mean you're still not gonna wick it all out. So it's gonna be. I wouldn't trade it today. But if you want to trade it, trade oil coming into tomorrow. Close above. I mean, you could trade it to get volume, but trade it close above here. Play this range. Secure some partials when you come up into this region. But if you do, close above here, you could be looking for them buys up into this high, and then you got these weekly highs all the way up here as well. But oil's never really just going to push like this. You're going to see it push up and come down and wick out some lows and just do some crazy shit like oil does. But overall, to come up into these highs, double top, you got high and weekly high. Looks pretty nice to me. So it's kind of the outlook on oil. I don't want to go too lower than the 30 right now, because it's you've ripped down, you've ripped straight back up, you're kind of creeping down. I do believe any retail trader sees this and will probably try and short from here, which is why you may see a little reaction, but then you'll probably see something like that again. Very, 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 very similar to gold. Market structure on oil can throw a lot of people off, but it can also move very, very well. Once you understand these liquidity regions, then that's kind of the hard work done for you. It's a matter of just trading a breakout into them. Gold has wicked out some 30 lows, trying to move up. Awesome, we'll have a look. We'll take a look. But yeah, I hope that helped, Angel. If you want to look over anything else, man, let me know. Or if you had something similar. And let me fill up my water and get a drink. I'm on the fence about joining the community. I don't want to be the cunt that joins for a month and leaves. But I want the info bad. Well, it's up to you if you want to join it, Riley. It's like I said, no pressure. If you just want to tune into the live streams, then you can do that. Like I say, in my humble opinion, the community is very undervalued and it pays for itself. I share all my liquidity regions and pretty much I'm now starting to do just like flash daily market updates as well. So if you're already trading, you got the capital to trade. It doesn't take a lot to make $100 a month to pay for it. It's like a very, very small position would pay for it. But like I say, zero pressure. Just tune into these streams if you really want to. So that's oil. Let's have a look at. Let me just quickly flick onto Goldie. See what we got going on here. So someone's grabbing 30 lows. Yeah. So you're going. So you're grabbing these 30 lows, yeah. So you still have this one down here. This is kind of the main one you'd want to be watching. Where did we get this off now? Did we get this off the hourly? Or is it, no, trend line. Yeah, trend line. You got a little kind of double bottom down there as well. What would your advice be for someone who is just starting and how to start? That's it for me. See you. Enjoy, Angel. See you next time, man. Enjoy. For someone starting out, keep it super simple, man. Keep it super simple. Focus on trading fucking support and resistance, to be honest. Too many retail traders these days overanalyze, and that's the reason I think most people mess up these days, is because they overanalyze and they do a million different things. But from a technical perspective, just focus on the very simple technical analysis. You know, you just need TradingView to analyze the charts. Open up a paper trading account and just, you know, play around with it. Trade demo. Don't trade any real money. Get comfortable with that, and after, like, you know, a month, 2 months, jump into some small personal, or, you know, jump into like a funded account and start to learn the hardest part of this game, which is the emotions and the psychology. But from a technical perspective, just keep it simple. Euro USD, can you review? Yes, we can. So I trade futures, so we'll do the Euro futures. It's basically the exact same thing, but we'll have a look at the futures, because you got Euro news coming up today, I believe, right? What time is that? Yeah, you got Euro news at 3:30 my time. So in about 2 hours, just under 2 hours, you have Euro news coming out. So we'll have a look. I was actually talking to one of the guys who I'm here with. One of the guys in the community was short on EU. Joe in the community had shorts on EU from all the way up here and caught a large amount of this move. And I said, once you get down here, secure some partials, because this is going to be a very key level on EU, where, you know, you can start to either break higher. And I think it was on the 4 hour we spotted you hadn't really wicked any highs. So all of these highs are here on Euro USD. Euro USD is very similar to gold. If Euro USD is going to have, you know, a huge push down, you're always going to wick these highs before having that push. So the fact that you didn't, you'd want to be watching all of these highs on Euro. Like I say, I'm looking at Euro futures, but it's the exact same. This is why trading futures is so much better. So if you look here, Euro futures, and if I go Euro USD, see, exact same. So let's have a look. Daily. I was talking to him about how on the daily he hadn't wicked any lows, but as soon as you grab these lows, you've got to be open to the fact that you could start to push higher. And I think that's pretty much what you're already starting to do. So you found some pretty key support yesterday on Euro futures, back down at this 1.09 level. It's probably going to be a nice psychological level. Got the big resistance, break above, support. People try jumping longs here. Nice reaction, wick out the lows, and now you're kind of starting to see a move. You're going to have some highs up here. I'd be marking on previous 4 hour lows, and very simply, I'll be looking for something like this on Euro. Like I say, you're gonna have big news coming out, but it's very similar to the US dollar, where you're wicking out a lot of lows and you're closing back above some key levels. So if I was going to trade Euro USD or Euro futures, whatever, I would be looking for longs. You also have a very nice double top up here as well. So Euro futures is creating a lot of liquidity to the upside. Now, that's not to say you can't retrace a little bit first. I would be saying if you can come down and wick out a lot of these lows, basically like a 1, 2, 3 triple bottom, then you know you could be looking for that nice move back up. So that's as clean and that's as clean as simple as I would keep Euro futures. You have a lot of liquidity up here, you have a lot of liquidity here, here, and down here. So the reason that I'm marking on these highs up here is because anyone who's short in Euro USD right now is probably trying to do something like this. You know, let them go into a little bit of profit, but maybe when that news comes out, or maybe wait until flash PMI tomorrow, you could see a lot of these highs grabbed. And I think that would be a pretty comfortable trade to look for some longs from anywhere down here up into these highs on Euro futures. Yeah, it looks like a pretty nice trade, actually. Like I say, I don't trade Euro futures or Euro USD, but it actually looks like a pretty nice setup. Looks very, very similar to gold. What's the lowest time frame you look at for GC? I can go down to the 5 minute. 5 minutes probably the lowest. I use it's different because I'm on my laptop because I'm traveling at the minute. But when I'm at home, this is how I have my charts laid out on my big screen. I have these 3 charts here for gold, and I just have this chart here to do whatever. But I have here 5 minute. Sorry, here I'll have the 5 minute chart. Here I'll have the 15, and here I'll have the 30. So my analysis and kind of bias charts are these two down here, and this 5-minute chart here is purely for executing what I'm seeing down here. So it's very easy when you get into like day trading and scalping to get so zoned in on the 5-minute that you don't realize what's going on in the bigger picture. So if you can have just a slightly bigger screen and be able to look at multi-time frame analysis on the exact same screen, it's going to make your life a lot easier. Like I say, 5-minute is great to trade, but it's also a terrible time frame to trade because you can get very, very chopped up. And I like to only use the 5-minute to go in with confluence of what I'm seeing here on the 30 and 15. So I don't trade the 1 minute personally. 5-minute for me is low enough. Let me get rid of this. I don't like this writing. Let me get rid of this. I already know what it is. You know, should sign delivered. Brett, good shit, man. I'll drop you a message after this, man. As soon as we're off stream, I'll drop you a message and I'll welcome you in, and we'll jump on that one-to-one sometime soon as well, man. Anyone who joins that, you always get a one-to-one call. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's have a look at you know, we got pound news coming up as well. So let's have a look at pound futures. Pound futures again, same as euro futures, same as GBP USD. So GBP USD, and if I just go pound futures, see, exactly the same. That's why it's good, you know. You guys on YouTube, go check out Top Step that are pinned to the top. Futures has much better funding opportunities, and you can still trade currencies if you want. That's the beauty of trading futures. You can still trade currencies. A lot of people like to trade currencies, and if you still want to do that, you just trade the currency futures. Pound to me looks very similar to EU and to gold. So you're at a pretty, you know, I've done analysis on pound futures in a while. Let's get rid of all this crap. Too much fucking noise on my chart. Let's get rid of this. You got pound futures bouncing off this daily support at what, call it 1.25. You got pound bouncing off there, and if you also look on the daily, what have we not done on pound before a potential move down? And what do we always do on pound before a potential move back down? You always come and grab some previous daily highs. So be marking on this high up here. You probably, you know, if you can, depending on how news goes, I'm looking for more of a bigger swing outlook, but this to me also looks very interesting as well. It's going to take a while, but it's also a very interesting level. And like I say, halfway through the month, look at this monthly on pound futures. An incredible morning star formation here. Look at this. That's beautiful. Same as what I was just saying, like a couple minutes ago on oil. Identical setup as what we were just showing on oil. Oh, and what time frame were we doing that on? I can't remember what time frame we were doing that on. But we were just talking about, was it on the 4-hourly? No, maybe it was the daily. Maybe weekly. I don't know. But it's the exact same thing that you're seeing on pound futures now as we were seeing on oil. A potential morning star formation here, which could be a nice reversal sign. What tool do you use to draw liquidity lines? I just use the trend line one here, and I just have it dotted. And I use the same line for, like, you know, analyzing trend lines, but I just will change it like that. But I have my trend lines like this, and then I have my liquidity levels dotted. It just helps me just see visually what's what. So my liquidity levels are drawn with this dotted line. My support and resistance is with horizontal rays, and that's it. And then trend lines with the thicker line. So monthly is looking incredibly bullish on pound futures. Let's go on to the daily. Daily's already come down. You've wicked out previous daily lows, which is a nice reversal formation, and now you could be seeing buys up into these daily highs on oil. How do you get it straight? Oh, sorry. So when you have it like this, if you hold shift on your keyboard, you can do it like this. So I think it moves in a certain degree, and then you can sometimes, if you do it like, sometimes I see some people do their levels and it's like a little bit squint, and it hurts my OCD. So if you hold down shift and just drag it, you can kind of move it wherever. same as if you guys are using like multi charts here, and this is just for Mac. If you hold down options and click on the screen, then you can go through all your charts as well. So I could look at pound futures, and then I can go look at gold if I want to go back. What other tricks and tips are there on TradingView? I think that's it. So that's pound futures. Look at this. You have grabbed some amazing lows yesterday. So I think a lot of people, and this is the same as gold, I think a lot of people who are probably trying to do something like this yesterday probably would have got stopped out pretty hard on pound futures, same as pound USD, exactly the same. And now you're kind of seeing this retrace quite a lot. We're actually not seeing too bad volume here for a bank holiday in the US session tomorrow. But I would be... you TradingView for 3 years and didn't know that, been zooming in. Click on it and just hold it. So you can do it like this, and then you click shift, you can just draw it straight, yeah. For some reason, if mine's like a little bit wonky, it just kind of, I don't know, it hurts my OCD, so, yeah, it's the way to do it. But yeah, pound futures, you could see some resistance around here, but that's okay. Resistance is good. Resistance will pull back to give you the liquidity to pull higher, It's like a slingshot. You got to pull it back before it can go higher. Where's all my tools gone now? So find some resistance from up here, potential pull back into these 4-hour lows, and then buys up into the daily highs. People saying gold's moving. Yeah, nice, very nice. So I'm gonna clean up a little bit here. Let's just look at kind of finding some more support here. 30 just closed, nice. Yeah, that's actually surprisingly some pretty nice volume. I wasn't expecting to take any trades today on stream, but if you're gonna continue to get some nice volume, you could have some trades today. You're very likely going to see some more buys on gold. You have another double top right now. Shit, sorry. Oh yeah, also for TradingView guys, if you hold down command as well, you can put it straight to the point. So I hold command and then I hold shift. Oh yeah, very nice. You got a double top there on gold. So anyone who's selling gold right now, you're gonna have enough pips into highs, 7, 8. Yeah, you're very likely gonna see gold rip a lot of these highs today. Sorry, not today, but at some point. Do you use pivot point trading indicator? No, I don't use any indicators. I'll sometimes use like a long-term moving average. Yeah. Just as like a an overall of where I think price is trending on the long run. But no, I don't use pivot points. I can't say I have ever used pivot points. I think, is it pivot points where it gives you like a few support and resistance levels? Maybe. I think that's what it might be. Is it where it gives you like S1 and yeah? No. Could work, I don't know, but no, I personally don't. I don't know how they function. I like to know, like I like to know how indicators are made before I use them. Like I like to know like how are them lines figured out. But no, I personally don't use them. Not to say they're not good. All indicators have their place, but I just prefer clean. Like this is honestly as complex as my charts get. Previous day levels which become next day pivot level. Previous day levels which become next day pivot levels. Yeah, interesting. Would you use it on what, any time frame? So what you would say you have what daily resistance up there, and what that's kind of your pivot. Is that kind of what I'm seeing here, and where you have support down there? So you got daily resistance up there, and then more daily resistance up there. It's quite interesting. Yeah, tilt on top step X. Yeah, I've started looking at it a little bit more. It's interesting. It's interesting because I think like maybe, I don't know, 80 to 90% of people who trade futures only trade NASDAQ and S&P and oil. There's not many people who actually trade gold futures, which is quite interesting. Whereas for me, I only trade gold futures. I don't trade anything else. I only trade gold. So it's quite interesting to see what like the small minority of people who are trading gold are actually trying to look at. It's quite interesting. I don't know how frequently it's updated, but it's interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting concept. Let me get a phone charger. But yeah, most people when they move to futures, they feel the need to trade something like NASDAQ or the S&P, and you know, although it may be good, I personally just love just trading gold. They move so different that if you try and trade a little bit of NASDAQ, a little bit of gold, you're going to confuse yourself. You can choose daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly pivot points. They're very objective. No subjectivity. Yeah, that's good. That's what you want. You don't want indicators subjective. Same as trend lines. You know, trend lines are subjective. So if you can actually use something like maybe pivot points that is based off like previous days data, then yeah, it could be interesting. Oh yeah, that's the only thing for me. It just kind of gets like, it just gets a bit too messy for me. But you can see it's kind of reacted pretty nicely. It's fucking reacted beautifully off that. If that wasn't already formed from when it came up. But yeah. You see some of the top traders on the blowing their account. Yeah, I think I tuned into a little bit of the stream yesterday, Top Step TV, and they were talking about quite a lot of people have been taking quite a lot of losses this week, which I thought was quite surprising. Like I say, they you know, majority of them trade something like NASDAQ and S&P, so I don't know how it's been moving this week, but what time is these spikes? It looks pretty erratic. You know, where's this week? So this week you've seen rip up, down, range, up, chop. Yeah, I don't know. It's all part of some crazy losses. Yeah, but on NQ it changes all the time. Yeah. Are you in England right now? No, I am in Vietnam. I'm in Vietnam, in Da Nang in Vietnam. I'm from the UK originally, but I don't live in the UK anymore. I live in Australia. Australia is my home base, but I'm here in Vietnam for like 2 weeks to trade and travel with some of the guys who are in the community who've taken the leap into full-time traveling and trading, which is pretty cool. So that's why I'm here in Vietnam. I came to meet the guys, and you know, I think 3 of them. I'm doing a whole video on it, and I'm interviewing one of the guys who is full-time traveling and trading now, who joined the trading retreat last year, and I'm kind of getting him to give some insights for the next YouTube video about how he was able to take the leap. But you know, we met up last night and just chilled, and it'll be good to put it into the YouTube video for him to talk about how he was able to take the leap into traveling and trading, and hopefully inspire you guys to do the same as well. Yeah, I live in Thailand. Very nice, man. Very nice. Thailand's an awesome place. Any certain futures you would recommend for beginners? Yeah, trade S&P and gold. I wouldn't trade NASDAQ. NASDAQ's too volatile. I personally don't like the way NASDAQ moves. I would even just trade gold. Like I fucking love just trading gold. I only trade gold. That's all I trade now. I've traded a lot of instruments, and now I just trade gold just because I just love the way it moves so much. That's funny you should ask, do I trade the Nikkei? Because I was actually watching it. When was I watching it? Maybe yesterday? I guess maybe I started to do some analysis. Yeah, I started to do some analysis on it yesterday, which is like one of the first times I've ever actually looked at it. And it moves, I think it moves pretty well off like very simple technicals, so big support and resistance levels. You know, you get these. What time was this? This is yeah, Asia rip. What time is this? Asia, big pushes. Asia, big pushes. There was a New York push. Yeah, a lot of Asia push. Yeah, it's something I may start watching, but I personally don't like to trade Asia, only because I trade enough in European and the US session. If I trade Asia as well, I just find I get a bit too burnt out. And when I'm back in Australia, you know, it's very easy to me to wake up at like 8 a.m. and trade from 8 a.m. till fucking 10 p.m. and I just, you know, by the end of it, before like New York's even started, I'm already burnt out. So I try and stay away from Asia a little bit, but if I ever needed to change my lifestyle to just trade Asia, yeah, I'd probably start watching it. Even if I trade a different strategy, you could, but you may confuse yourself, to be honest, man. Like I say, we do these live streams like this all the time, but if you're trading something completely different, you may confuse yourself. But if you want to just join for the community aspect and just talk with our traders, of course. How much ticks does gold move on a day-to-day basis? Let's have a look. It moves very well, and this is the reason I love gold so much. So if I just get rid of everything, if we go on the daily here on gold, and you know, for me, I trade 10 contracts. So if I trade 10 contracts, I'm aiming for like 15-20 ticks a day. So if you look at this move from high to low yesterday on gold, that was 190 ticks. It was a very, very big move. Prior days, you know, you saw gold rip 300. And today, you're already pushing up 90. You know, from, you know, like, I don't know, what's this, the big bearish day here, 150 tick drop. Even on this doji day, you saw a movement of 140 ticks, which is huge. If you can consistently catch 15, 20, 30 of that, you can make incredible returns. If you trade one contract, you catch 100 ticks, it's $1,000. It's a very, very big move. A very, very big move. And on Top Step, you know, you can trade up to like 15 contracts, which I think is way too much. But even if you scale up to be able to trade 10, you trade 10 contracts, you catch a 10 tick move, it's $1,000. So you can catch some very, very nice moves on gold, and that's the reason I love gold, is because gold can be very volatile, but I think it. Oh, there you go. You just ripped that double top. But I think it can move very, very well at the same time. That's the reason I love to trade gold. Like it is, you could have just even, you know, bounced off this support, scalped up into this double top. You got 40 ticks in the day. You catch that with 10 contracts, $4,000. Catch that with one contract, $400 in this very small little range. So you have to be able to manage your risk on gold. But if you can manage your risk on gold and trade properly, yeah, gold can be amazing to trade. It can be very, very nice to trade. 10 on 1. 10 on 1. The reason I trade 10 of those because I manage my risk very well, which I said in the podcast as well. Like for example, you know, if I was buying gold here and, you know, my hard stop was down here, for me personally, I cut my trade the second it closes below that level. So, you know, my loss on average is like 5 to 10 ticks. So $500 to $1,000, sometimes 15 maybe.
Hey man, what's up?
Yo, how's it going, man?
All good. How have you been?
Yeah, good, man. Chilling, enjoying some sun, enjoying some good weather today.
Are you guys in Hanoi?
We're back in Da Nang now, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in Da Nang. I passed my third 50k combine with this trade. Oh, very nice, man. Very nice. Send that in Discord as well, man. It's a great trade. Oh, you got the gold as a layer, so you got the gold. So someone on Zoom, for you guys on YouTube, just took the exact gold I was buying, gold buys I was talking about, up into them highs like this. And now just passed third 50k combine, which is amazing. So very, very good work, man. Amazing quick little scalp there. Like I say, that was 30 ticks. Solid quick little scalp. Have minis on gold. Yes, you can trade minis on gold, yeah. So if you're going to be MGC when you go onto the broker. Do you have one XFA snapshot? No, yeah, so I have one and I trade personal. So I trade funded on Tradeovate and personal on Ninja. Congratulations on that trade, nice work. Yeah, great trade. Very nice little scalp. In a very small little range, and that's why, you know, gold can be so good from this support to this resistance is like 40 ticks. If you just catch 20 of that, amazing. So you're already in and out. And that's the power of already understanding these liquidity levels. Once you got the highs, once you can understand the liquidity, it's as simple as just, you know, buying and selling into that. So there's your move to the day. Anyone who was short on gold today, like I was just saying before, was trying to do something like this. Now they've just been stopped out. So we buy up into where most people are trying to short. And that's your trade for the day. So great work, man. Very, very good work. Yeah, that's gold. Like I say, you know, you know, with it being a bank holiday, technically US time to tomorrow, I'd say, you very well could just, you know, dick around in here quite a lot. But who knows? You know, you're already. I wasn't expecting to see this much movement, and that's why gold's so great. Like even in that little move, that's like 20 ticks. If you catch that, that's great. I still have some buys on gold from like down here on my futures account. Let me just see where it is. Only a small little. I only got a small little position running. So I'm long gold futures from 92.2. So I got this is FX and this is on the 30. So I got buys on gold from you know, back down in these regions. Trading one contract, you know, you're up like $600. Hey Aaron, hope you're well. Great interview, trading nut, providing value as always. Thank you, man. Glad you enjoyed it. Glad you enjoyed it, man. It was good to jump on. It's my first ever time doing a podcast. I was pretty nervous doing a podcast. You know, I don't really like doing stuff like that. I just like to trade on my own and trade with you guys and do that. But it was pretty cool. Ended up being a pretty good conversation. So glad you guys enjoyed it. Try and do some more at some point as well. Saw gold trade but not trading today. Yeah, pretty much same as me, man. Yeah, you know, I could see this rip like 100 pips, but I personally don't think I will execute anything new today, personally, unless you start, you know, aggressively breaking out. But sorry, man.
It's a bit quiet.
Yeah, you got US bank holiday, so fills aren't going to be as good. Spreads are going to be high. There's going to be a lot less liquidity, and I think you could overall range. The only thing is, there's so much liquidity to the upside on gold that I don't want to miss. So much liquidity is crazy. I really want to take some amazing buys up into that because it's going to be such a nice move. I'll be surprised if it comes in today. I think it'll probably come in with, you know, US news tomorrow, but I would love to see these buys up into this resistance today on gold. Sorry, not today, but this week. The weekly's looking solid on gold to just wick out these highs. Even if you don't do it this week, you know, maybe if this week you just close like this, next week bottom wick and then rip up into this resistance, is going to be such a nice trade, man. It's going to be a very, very nice trade. Like I say, even from where you're sitting right now, from here up into these highs, it's still like 120 ticks, which is amazing. Amazing. Making more travel videos. Maybe more vacation for love since my goal is trading travel. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I post one on Sunday in Bali. I'm recording one at the minute in Vietnam. So I'll try and have that up by Sunday if I can. I'm just kind of enjoying some time with the guys who are taking the leap as well. But yeah, I'll try and have a Vietnam video up on Sunday, being here in Da Nang, and then, you know, I may even go to another part of Da Nang on the weekend. I'll see. But yeah, plenty more to come. Kind of like it took a lot as well, which is great. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we spoke a little bit after as well. You know, I may even start doing some Asian streams on Cam's channel as well. But we'll probably talk more about that at some point.
We need live signals on Top Step from you.
Yeah, I need to jump on Top Step TV as well. Give some gold signals. Yeah. Share some gold wizardry. How marking them? Yes, there is a let me find it.
Once you get on Top Step TV, I think you'll get to 10K easy.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. Yeah, trying to push it for the end of the year. We're at 9.7.
Yeah, that's why. Once you get on the TV, 300 subscribers is like nothing.
Yeah, it'd be cool, man. It'd be cool. I'd like to hit 10,000. We've been pushing YouTube for a while.
100K giveaway coming soon.
One day, man. One day. But yeah, any of you guys who are new to the YouTube stream, drop a little like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll be back streaming. I'll be back on the home setup like as normal soon next week. I understand a lot of people are in a financial situation where they can't pay for a private group, as in my case, very great for your stream product content. Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, you don't have to join anything. You can just tune into these streams for free and take a lot of value. I share a shit ton of value on YouTube for free. Up 2,200 on my Apex account from CL and GC. Good work, man. Good work. Be careful on Apex with the drawdown rules. Apex have some pretty crazy drawdown rules. He's the Lambo vids for 100K. Yeah, if I start posting materialism, you know, you'll get there pretty quick. But I'm not into that shit. Blake, what's going on, man? Good to have you back on the stream, Blake. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, if anyone else has anything else they want me to analyze, let me know. If not, you know, we've been on for like an hour, and this was just more of an analysis session. We've plotted at some great levels. Anyone who just joined the Zoom as well, go back and watch the YouTube stream, because you know I've given some very, very good levels to watch on gold. We'll get rid of these ones now because we've just seen these levels get grabbed here. But the upside levels on gold coming towards the end of the week are going to be very, very nice. You know, I think a lot of people who see this typical market structure like this will be trying to short here, trying to do something like this, but it wouldn't surprise me if you just absolutely do something like this. Great session, outstanding podcast. Thank you, Ken. Glad you enjoyed it, man. Good to have you on. But yeah, that's it, guys. I'll wrap up there. Like I say, this is more of an analysis session than live trading. You got US bank holiday today, so I won't be trading US. I would advise you guys not to do the same either. And you know, I'll come back and get back to the live trading sessions probably tomorrow. But for now, the guys are still chilling up on the rooftop, so I'm gonna go back to the rooftop, enjoy the pool, enjoy some sun. Let that gold play run out, set some alerts, and see if we get some breakouts later on.
Yeah, enjoy, man. See you.
Enjoy. Bye. See you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye bye. All right, YouTube fam. YouTube fam, enjoy. I appreciate you guys taking time to tune in. Like I say, today was just more of an analysis session, breaking down the markets as opposed to taking any live positions. But I appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in. Remember, drop a little like, subscribe. Tomorrow we'll be back at the exact same time, and we will live trade for about 2 hours. We got no bank holidays. I think we got a pretty clean day. But you guys have my liquidity levels on gold. Go back and watch the recap. I shared the levels, shared all the analysis, broke down gold, oil, euro futures, pound futures, and gave a lot of wisdom. I appreciate you guys taking the time to tune in. It was great answering your questions, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.